everyone. My name is Tsidi Warapila, and this is the business feature on the Imperative magazine. This is the amazing slot. Well, it's a bit unfair to say which one is the amazing slot, right? Because it's literally like a mother stating which one is her favorite child, because all of our features are uniquely amazing. On this slot, we talk about business, but we talk about business from a different side. We take it from the level of the soul, from the core, and we really elevate who is the spirit or the soul behind the business. And the man to help me do this is Mr. Victorious himself. Drum rolls, everyone. We've got David Victorious himself.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm super.
I think you have to pay me for that intro.
That was a wonderful intro.
I don't think anyone has ever introduced you like that, so you owe me.
I will remember it when I come my turn over.
How are you?
I'm super. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice afternoon.
It is a beautiful afternoon,
Yeah.
and I'm in love with the sunset.
Nice.
Because the sunset for me is a representation of the inevitable
Yes.
success that the
Yes.
universe holds for us.
And
So this is just amazing.
And I love the fact that you took it outside.
Yeah, so that we can breathe.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So welcome to Imperative Magazine.
Thank you, and thank you to your viewers. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, and we firstly appreciate you for being on the platform to come and share yourself, because
Yes.
I mean, sharing yourself takes certain vulnerabilities. Some of us can be cowards and do the interviews because it's easy. So you do the business where you talk about compliance,
Yes,
right, and
yes.
skills development. What is compliance? And compliance of what?
Basically, we have rules and regulations everywhere. If you say to yourself, I'm an entity, I'm in a company,
Yeah.
there are standards that you have to follow, there are rules that you have to follow. So the Company Act is very broad.
Okay.
So it has a lot of different departments, a lot of different departments where you have to show and say, okay, this is David, I'm the company, I'm doing this, and these are the papers to do that. So
Well,
it's
that
a broader
entails
space.
tax and reporting and all of those.
It's your SAR services tax.
Yeah.
It's your labor.
Oh.
It's your safety, your
Yeah.
check.
Okay.
It's your security.
Yes.
It's your transport.
Okay.
Basically, everything. If we're in the food industry,
Yes.
you still have to comply with health.
Oh.
So it's a lot.
But
it's
do you
broad.
specialize in specific industry, or are you compliance officer or compliance police in all industries?
It's a compliance in general.
Okay.
So that's when you start doing compliance, then you give yourself a homework
Yeah.
to do the research.
Yes.
Because you meet different clients.
Yeah.
Because we are not different.
Yeah.
We are not the same.
Yeah.
So you meet a client says, okay, I want to tap into construction industry.
Oh.
So you have to know how you help that client.
Yes.
So it's not mere of registering a company
Yes.
and say I have a company.
But Emma Bailey, David, so mining, construction, engineering, do you have to be qualified in something, or is it the effort that you take in researching about that industry and understanding that these are the framework, and in order for you to play in here, this is what you have to do?
There's no qualification on it.
Okay.
You just have to know and make a research
Yes.
of what you want.
Yeah.
And you don't do it like in the same time, all of it.
Oh.
You learn gradually by the
Yes.
client's demand.
Oh.
When a client says, okay, I have this thing,
Yes.
that's where you get an opportunity to learn.
Okay.
So the more you learn, the more you
Yeah.
have experience of
Yeah.
it. And it takes time. It can
Yes.
take you a year to
Okay.
really know
What?
is there. But even though you still have to make your own researches.
Yes.
You still have to say, okay, it depends on the drive that you have.
Yeah.
Because compliance is an internal thing.
Yes.
Every day people register companies.
Okay.
Every day people move from certain department
Yes.
and say, okay, this one is not working for me.
Yes.
How about I focus on that? So you constantly develop yourself on that regard.
So you don't have a dull day. Like, there's nothing repetitive about you. It's a full on learning class that you are in consistently.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
you know, when you work with people, you know, you always have to be on your toes. Because what makes compliance difficult is that we have people who want to run the business.
Yes.
And the problem is they are lazy
Yeah.
to make their own researches.
Yeah.
So this is where you take
So would
advantage.
rather play.
Yes, this is where you take advantage of that.
Okay.
And the thing is,
So you
people-
take advantage of the laziness.
Yes, I take
Yeah.
advantage of the laziness. I take advantage of people say they don't have time.
Oh.
You get people don't want to queue.
Yeah.
People don't want to go to SARS. People, you see.
Okay, I
so
see.
more,
Yeah.
it's compliance, but what gives you the business more? It's time.
But also, which is important, or what is important, is that in every scenario, there's always an opportunity.
Yes.
So in me being lazy, or in me saying I don't have time to do something, therein comes your money.
Definitely.
So what prompted you to go into this space in 2012?
You know, business-wise, myself growing up, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Ah,
Okay,
did you
I-
know what entrepreneur was?
I
Because I know
didn't.
it was a buzzword at some point. I was like,
You see?
oh, I don't even know if I knew how to spell it. But
I
it was
didn't even
something
know
we
what,
all
what I wanted
yeah.
to do, but I did a business management.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a time where I went to CIPC to register my own company. And then, me being a bubbly person,
Yeah.
you know, I went there, like, it was like the queue. You had, by that time, CIPC didn't have a lot of branches that they have now.
Okay.
Everyone was streaming to Pretoria. You will have people from Cape Town, you will have people from
What?
everywhere in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
And it will be a long queue.
Yeah.
A long queue. So when I arrived, when it was my queue to be helped, I started having a conversation with the person that was helping me.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to know, okay, what causes this delay? What
Yeah.
causes? And they were, blah, blah, blah. And he said, people are lazy.
Yeah.
She mentioned that. She said, people are lazy.
And you
Most
like,
of the things that they...
That's my money.
Yes,
Yeah.
most of the things they don't have to come and queue here. They can do them online.
Oh, wow.
And then I said, okay.
How?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we continued with that friendship. And then I think after, okay, he became the reference person now.
Okay.
When I want to go there and ask. So after 6 months or so,
Yeah.
he resigned. He said, okay, I'm going to start my own office.
Yeah.
That's when our relationship blossomed.
Oh.
Then I learned a lot from that person.
Okay.
We even started working together. Would come to his office, and then he would show me a lot
Was
of
there a
things.
partnership there?
No, there was
or
not a
was
partnership.
Was just a
It
relationship?
was just, yeah.
Yeah,
It-
okay.
we just had that energy between us.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I learned a lot from there.
Wow.
And then after that, I started say, okay, now let me be that company that provide the services.
Yeah.
And then from there, it started blossoming.
Yeah, you see, I always tell you there's opportunities and
Everywhere.
roadmaps everywhere, and
Yeah.
David is just an example of that. And then at some point, you added the experience, you added the skills development into the business.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw that opportunity, but it's a recent opportunity. It's a recent opportunity that I saw right now. Because to have a company and to run a company, those are totally
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people that have papers,
Yes.
but they
yeah.
don't know where to start.
Yeah.
So you find CEDA. There
Yeah.
are programs that CEDA is running
Okay.
to help those who have registered their business, especially the youth,
Yeah.
women,
Yeah.
people living with disabilities.
Yes. Yes.
So what they do is CEDA does not have necessary client personnel
yeah.
to go and source those people. So I went to CEDA and I made a proposal to them. I said, how about I become that person that sources these people for you, and then you pay me for that.
Okay.
So, okay, then we do that. So if CEDA wants to come to Attrachville,
Yes.
if CEDA wants to come to Shoshanguve,
Yes.
then I become their reference.
Oh, because why do you have pool of businesses
Yes.
in the area? Okay.
Yes, I
yeah.
become their references.
Yeah.
And then when they want to do that, they just contact me, then I organize the people. And it becomes easier because I'm doing the compliance thing.
Okay.
So when they have that, they can even rope me in and talk about compliance.
Okay.
And then what they do, they will do the business skills, they will
Yes.
do the capacity training,
Okay.
they will do all this thing, the administration.
Okay.
So they empower them with the whole package of running a business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see value in that chain? Do you? And the reason why I'm asking this is that some of them. So the government today and a lot of corporations have
Yeah.
got beautiful initiatives, but some of them, to me, and this is from the book of City's opinion,
Yeah.
they are done just to tick a box. So
Yes.
there will be a big a workshop or a seminar that gets done, But then if you were, for example, training 50 cooperatives
Yeah.
or 50 SMMEs, you find that there isn't a significant percentage that comes out of that
yes.
that really makes a meaningful impact in the community. Do you see value in that kind of partnership that you are playing with CEDA specifically?
You know, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. You will see not adding value, and you will see that it adds value.
Okay.
Because even after that empowerment, as a person with a vision, you still have to go and knock those doors.
Oh.
And the process of getting funding, the process of getting it, commencing it, it's not easy at all. But then the only thing that I saw is not that could be fixed is that after they have provided those services, it ends there.
Oh, so you see the value in
Yes,
something
there's no like follow-up sessions.
Yeah.
Okay, a program. Okay, this year we trained about 50 of upcoming entrepreneurs. Let's go back and see.
Yeah.
If they have made
like
progress.
The sustainability model or something
so
like that.
it becomes, it relates to what you have just said. Or is it only ticking the box of we have done that? You see. So if there can be a follow-up program to see really if there is a progress on what we have done.
So Mr. Victorious, are you in a position to influence and plant that seed in CEDA?
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity that I see.
Yeah.
So it's something that we are busy preparing, and we'll definitely tap into it.
Yeah. So because we all have to add value where we are, right?
Definitely.
And that's where my question is coming from. So recently, in 2017, the name of your business changes.
Yes.
To I Am Victorious Group.
Yes.
And there is a life-changing story that prompts that change, right?
Yeah.
And it shivers my body when I think about it, because you and I had a conversation on a different platform on In Transit, and we went deeper into that. So when we come back from the break, I want us to dwell into what that change that prompted the name reform or the name changing, and the transformation, and what has it been and what it has meant.
Yes.
Yeah. He promises to be here after the break, so you have to be there too.
She calls me Rangwane. She said, Rangwane David, if not you, who else?
Wow.
And if this thing, the way I see it, if it had happened to anyone in the family, that person would not even have the same strength that you have.
Wow.
So by that time, I was not even realizing that I still have strength, Molna. Yeah, because you get to that moment with yourself where you feel like, no, man, I can't come out of this.
I told you he promised that he'll be here for the second break, and we are talking, I think we get into the meat, right?
Yes.
So the name of the business changed in 2017.
Yes.
And what was it called before?
It was called Mavula Corporate Solutions.
Mavula Corporate Solutions.
Yes.
But then it transformed into I Am Victorious Group.
Yes.
What is I Am Victorious?
Basically, when you say I am victorious,
you
are just saying you are a winner, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and before winning comes into play, there should be a battle.
Yes.
Yeah,
so there was a battle that you won.
There was a battle that I won.
Yeah. And literally so for you.
And I'm very proud of myself for winning that battle.
Yeah.
Because in 2016, January, I was gunned down in a mugging incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to my place with my girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah. So on our way down, we were mugged by two boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they took her back.
Yeah.
And then they shot me on the shoulder twice.
But they shot you on the shoulder twice.
Yes.
Taking a bullet for her, because actually they were aiming at your girlfriend at that time.
Yes.
Who was 7 months pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah, so they could not take the bag, because the moment when they pointed at her with the knife, she just went down and tried to protect her stomach.
Yeah.
So because the bag was just across the shoulders, so they could not take the bag. So they got frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only option for them was to shoot and take the bag.
Yeah.
So the moment when I said, well, wait a bit, can't you see the situation of this person? that's when they pulled the trigger. Yeah, so those 2 bullets came straight to my shoulder, and they fractured my spine. So we went to the hospital after such a long time waiting for the ambulance. Then when we arrived there, I don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just dozed off.
Yeah.
So the following
Dozed
day,
off from pain.
Yes.
Because you're saying it's so cool, like he dozed off. As if
No.
you're just given, like, you know. So
Yeah.
you were in so much pain that you literally went numb, and that's how you don't remember anything else that happened.
Yes, the
Yeah.
only time I remember getting to the car, but everything arriving in the hospital, I don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
Yes, and I remember that I woke up in another hospital.
So you
Yes.
went to Calafong?
Yeah, I went to Calafong, then I woke up in Steve Biko.
Okay.
Yes, so, you know, around 6 o'clock, the nurses and doctors are doing their rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they came to me and they said, do you still remember what happened? I said, yeah, but
Yeah.
where am I here?
Yeah.
They said, we're in Steve Biko Hospital.
Yeah.
So you were shot. Yeah, I remember that I was shot.
Yeah.
And then they said, man, you were so fortunate to be alive.
Yeah.
But the bad news is that your spine was badly fractured.
Yeah.
So you will never be able to walk again. So that was the battle from there. Yes, so it was a battle mentally, physically. You know, those are the things that you never expect in life.
Yeah.
It was a new transition for me.
Wow.
I've never ever thought that I would live my life without my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the battle was on,
Yeah.
both mentally, physically, you know, emotionally.
Was there a point during your recovery where you felt like I should have just died? Did that come to you as a thought?
That part of dying, I think it came more of a being grateful
Yeah.
that you survived.
Oh, so you were never so disgruntled that you thought, in fact, dying could have been better.
No, I never had that thought. But I had that thing of, why did this thing happen to me? You get what I'm saying? Why me? Why do I have to go through such a torture?
Yeah.
So that was the emotional battles, man.
Yeah.
Inside, you know.
Did you get to the answer of why you?
I never got. Actually, my niece is the one who gave me that answer, because there was a time that we were having that conversation.
Yeah.
Then I was asking, we're talking like we are talking now, and she said, she calls me Rangwane. She said, Rangwane David, if not you, who else?
Wow.
And if this thing, the way I see it, if it had happened to anyone in the family, you know, that person would not even have the same strength that you have.
Wow.
So by that time, I was not even realizing that I still have strength, Mona. Yeah, because you get to that moment with yourself where you feel like, no, man, I can't come out of this.
Yeah.
But, you know, eventually,
Yeah.
I started fighting it back.
Okay.
Fighting it back. But I think when my son was born, remember she was 7 months pregnant. When my son was born 2 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah. That day, Nje, I just became so happy. So happy, you know, it was like something, you know,
Like a renewal.
a
That
renewal,
really-
transition,
yeah,
another
yeah.
thing that coming. And I became so grateful because I was so worried. Because remember the trauma
Yes.
that she was going through. And the complications of giving birth on its own without those factors, it's tough to give birth as a woman, you know.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I know, I've got two.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when the boy was born
Yeah.
healthy, you know, I was still in rehab. Yeah, you know, they sent me the videos, everything.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I was running in the corridors of the very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after
Would you
that,
say that helped you in a bit?
it did
Yeah.
a lot because I held on to that happiness. And then I said to myself, you know, this guy, he's a champ. And one day I'll have to tell him this story. And then I said to myself that I will live for this guy. So I have 2
Wow.
boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And do they? So when you share the story with them, what do they say?
No, the young one does not know.
Okay.
He just loves pushing this wheelchair.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when he sees everyone on the wheelchair,
Yeah.
he says, "Daddy's car."
Wow.
Yeah.
So then you come from rehab, right?
Yes,
You are
yes.
integrated into the community, and I'm saying integrated with
Yeah.
very big inverted commas
Definitely.
because integrated is we thinking that you healed, there's a wheelchair, we're pushing you literally into life. But then life says something to you,
Yeah.
and at that point, what do you meet? What is your typical day to day like?
I felt like abnormal person
Okay.
in a normal world. Because in rehab, it was okay.
Yeah.
All of us were in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
So the moment when you go outside, remember now you are no longer walking. So even in the house, the communication has changed. The way they look at you has changed.
Yeah.
There's pity there.
Yeah.
You know, they are trying as much as they can to help you, even with the things that you can do yourself. So the battle becomes within you, and it becomes with the environment as well. So it accelerates the pain.
Yeah, yeah.
It accelerates the pain.
Yeah.
So you
But what do you wish? Do you wish that, can't you just see that I'm normal, or what do you wish for at that time?
you know you don't know. You just become angry at everyone.
Oh.
That they are trying, you know.
Yeah.
When you go and you wanna dish for yourself.
Yeah.
Because my mom came, you know,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
you know, they take it to the next level.
We good. Mummies are good.
Yeah, but sometimes you exaggerate, you know.
Yeah.
So like
Within
now,
reason.
yeah, with the
Yeah.
reason. But
Yeah.
now I feel like now she wants to make me a baby.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, and also I wanted to learn how to do things for my
Oh,
own. Because
yes.
remember that she taught me to wash my clothes at the age of 8 years. So from that early age, I became independent. I loved doing things for myself. So, but the fact that there were some things that I could not do, it was a challenge. It was a
Okay,
battle. So
yeah.
you fight with yourself. You fight with the environment. You know,
Then it becomes yeah. So that's literally how I Am Victorious came, because you are in that battlefield and you seeing that the only way for me to come out of this is to win.
Yes.
And I'm going to win it for my life, for my son, for my life, for my family. And I'm going to build a new mindset where I am now.
Definitely.
And so you do that, then you get to the point of I'm victorious.
Yes, it
Yeah.
came with a decision.
Yes.
I made that decision. I said, I'm going to live. If I'm going to live my life in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
I will live the best life ever. Now, my son is offensive.
Oh.
So when you translate it, in English, it says, I'm victorious.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yes.
All right. Okay.
So I started that foundation, you know, and by default, I must say that, by default, because I was just telling my story. And then in rehab, wherever I go, then people started getting motivated by my story. You know, I didn't know that by taking a decision to leave and fighting on, I was pulling a lot of people. So then I started seeing an opportunity again to tell my story
Yeah.
and make a living out
and
of
get
it.
paid out of you
Yeah.
selling your story.
Yeah. So I changed my company. I call it I'm Victorious Group, and the foundation. It's a PTY LTD, and then you have another sector of social entrepreneur, your foundation. Yes.
Okay.
So I started doing that, and then I saw an opportunity again to develop guys, disabled people, you know, to help them registering their company and to say CEDA. Because you start having a database of them as well.
Yes, yeah.
Because you know, okay, you meet this one, but I met this guy. This guy's
And
full of
then
life. And
you
then
are
he
the
tells this one.
reference, yeah.
And then the next thing, on my Facebook,
Yeah,
I have
you got
34, I have, 40, 50
Yeah.
friend requests of people living in the Now we're becoming a WhatsApp
Now
group.
it's a community. Yeah.
But then you get they started, asking you, how can I do this? How can I do this? Then I saw that, I want to help them to move away from living with grant only.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
grant is not enough,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I started suggesting that to my fellow, colleagues, companions, that, okay, how can we do this for people living with disability? That's where the skills and development program came in. Yes.
So how is business? Is it different to run the business now that you are a disabled person to before, prior to the incident or prior to the tragic incident?
Let me be honest with you. My business now is doing well more than before. than it was.
What changed?
I think it's the story behind.
Okay.
Is the story behind, is the passion.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a point where someone said to me, David, with the mentality that you have, and now you are in this Bentley, they call it Bentley.
Bentley.
So they said, with the mentality that you have,
Yeah. And on Bentley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on Bentley.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are in a position to tap into a lot of things. Many opportunities are there. So, and I started becoming a social entrepreneur.
Oh.
Because first you were just about your business.
Yeah.
But then my business now, I grow, but okay, let other people grow with me as well.
Yeah.
So it becomes like that. So now it's a point where you say, okay, you empower this one, you empower this one, you empower this, and that's where I see growth.
Yeah.
So it's more growth financially, it's spiritually, it becomes satisfactory in all the areas.
How do you cleanse yourself? Because for someone who is such a magnet of passion for life, there has to be a point where you go back and you still experience your own dark night of the soul. So how do you pick yourself up so that every day you can show up for yourself?
I think I'm crazy. Yeah.
We believe you.
Yeah, I'm crazy because I speak with myself a lot. A lot. I can connect with myself more. I don't know how, but maybe that's how God created me.
Has that always been the case?
It has, but it has elevated.
Okay.
Because remember, even for me to pull myself up, I had to do that myself. So I can switch off. If I want to listen to you, CD, like doing the motivation, I can easily do that. But I will tell you, I listen to myself more.
Okay.
More than I can listen to the other person.
So that's how you reconnect yourself, and then you can go over and above the pain and over and above the dark night of the soul.
Yes, and I've realized that, okay, if I listen to myself a lot, then it means that I have to train my mind in a certain way. Because imagine if you listen to yourself a lot and then you always tap into negativity.
You talk nonsense to yourself.
Yes, you talk nonsense to yourself. And remember, the mind is a tool.
Yeah.
The mind does not lead you. You lead the mind. You lead,
it's a gadget.
You feed it, you feed it. And whatever you tell it, it's gonna do. So I have managed to explore that and to master that. So I talk to myself a lot. I have my bad days, but bad days does not mean bad life.
Yeah.
They are there. It's a 24-hour thing.
Yeah.
It has to be finished. Tomorrow when I woke up with another strength,
have to show up for
another opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's how my life has been going forward.
Yeah. David, I know that you and I will spend the entire 24 hours talking.
Yes.
Because your story is simply amazing, and like I said, when you share yourself with the people and with passion, there's more that gets involved. But
Definitely.
From the business side of life, and also from you being this person that you are, we, the Imperative team, can only wish you well.
Thank you so much.
And we can only be proud to say that we spoke to you.
Yes.
Because you are what we call one of the leading legends.
Yes.
I mean, the living legend. And continue being well and well done on the business.
Wow.
Get those monies and see the laziness and kill the money.
We kill them apenas.
Thank you so much. So from us, this has been a beautiful segment of the business site and on Imperative Magazine. We are out. Cheers.